Hi y'all, Risha here with Pecan Creek Ranch, and today's video is another unplanned video, but something came up and I saw an opportunity and thought I should take it. And this video is about confidence and my car. So if you are someone who is looking to have more confidence, wants to know what you can do so that you can have more confidence in your life, this video is for you. So in this video, I'm going to go through the process with you of changing my tail light on my car. Now, the point of the video is not to show you how to change a tail light. It is to show you the process that happens in building confidence and why we need to complete these processes so that we can have more confidence in our lives. I'm not talking about confidence in changing tail lights. What I did today is part of what helps me build confidence in my life, and that's the point of this video. So here's the background story. Yesterday, a friend texted me, said they noticed my tail lights out. So I went to the auto parts store, I looked in my car's manual, I pulled up a YouTube video on how to change the tail light for my car. The YouTube video was like 3 minutes long, made it look very simple and easy. And so I went to the auto parts store, even talked to the auto parts guy. We looked on the computer and I ended up getting the wrong bulbs, which I didn't figure out until this morning when I went to go try to change the bulb. So that's the first point of frustration in this story. So I just want you to be aware of that. We've hit one point of friction and frustration in the story, and this is important for building confidence. So I had to overcome that. Then I tried to get the bulb out, and I couldn't get it out. I couldn't get the even the socket out of the tail light. It was really in there in the video. You just twisted it, came right out, made it look really easily. That was not my experience. So I had to mess with it for a while, and it was taking much longer than I wanted it to. So I hit a second point of frustration, which I had to overcome by getting some pliers out, which was risky. I felt like it was risky. I'm always afraid I'm going to break something when I try things like this. And, you know, getting the pliers out and using more force than necessary is always a concern for me. But I did it. I got it out. And I pulled out the old bulb because that friction that I experienced last night with getting the wrong bulb, or this morning when I realized I'd gotten the wrong bulb, caused me to learn something. So I pulled out the bulb, the old bulb. I put it in my car, in the little cup holder, so that when I went back to the auto parts store today, I could get it out and compare and get the right bulbs. So I put everything back together, went to the auto parts store, and this is where the story picks up. Okay, another point of friction for me here at the auto parts store. Obviously, I kind of look like I don't know really what I'm doing. At least I think that. And I am going to be looking for that bulb in all of that row of bulbs. So I have to overcome this point of friction. I'm trying to look at the bulb and see what's printed on it to see if that helps. But it doesn't. But I walk away, I get my bulbs, and here we go. Okay, now I've already done this part before because I tried to put the wrong bulbs in before. So this part's easy because I've had experience with it. So I go ahead and get it out. Now here I expect that I'm going to need my pliers. I have them with me, but I go ahead and I try with my hand. And this time it comes out. I was able to get out with my hand without having to use the pliers. Hallelujah. Now I just have to put the bulb in. Okay, so now I have my bulb and I am getting ready to put it in. And I'm feeling pretty good at this point because I just got a dopamine hit from being able to get that thing out of the socket that I couldn't do before. Now, one thing I've learned with these bulbs is that you don't want to get a bunch of fingerprints on them. That's why I'm using my sleeve. And I have to step away from the camera for a bit because I cannot do this and hold the camera at the same time. And again, I'm not looking for that level of mastery. I am just doing this so that I can get it done and so that I can have an opportunity to work on building my confidence overall in life. Okay, so I got it done. I got it in there. It snapped right in place, and I put the cover back on. Another dopamine hit. Yes. So I'm feeling confident enough at this point that I decide I'm going to go ahead and change the one on the other side, because this pack of bulbs comes with 2 bulbs, and I'm just going to have to store the other one, probably lose it, so I might as well just go ahead and change this other one. Now you can see, here I am. I hit another point of friction and frustration of getting this one out again. But since I already overcame that previously, I have a little bit more confidence in being able to figure this one out as well. So I get my pliers out, and I think I'm going to have to put the camera down again to do this. Okay, so got my camera back out so you can see I got it loose. Another dopamine hit. I overcame that frustration and I figured it out. And just so you know, that crack that you see there, that's from something completely unrelated and is not related to me making any repairs. So here's the bulb. Now I've got to get the bulb out. Got to worry about fingerprints on the one you're going to throw away. Oh, I can't get it. I'm really struggling. Another point of frustration again. I can't really get it out here. And I'm trying to hold the camera with my chin. Kind of amped up the challenge a bit. So I persist through the frustration and find a solution, and I just take this plug out, and I take this down so it's easier for me to get both hands on it and start pulling that bulb off. Yes, got it. Another dopamine hit. Okay, now it's time to put the new bulb on, and at this point I'm feeling really good. Like I've got this down. I've overcome several challenges, and my confidence has already grown. Not just in doing this, but in just life in general. Because if you've seen our other videos, you know struggle in the right way can actually make you stronger. Now I put this back in. I do have to struggle a little bit. It's kind of a little tricky to kind of get that in there, but I eventually get it. Now it's time to test to see if they work. That one works. Yes. Another dopamine hit. And that one works. Another dopamine hit. There you have it. Okay, so there you have it. A few things to note about confidence in general and about my own experience. Part of why that doing something like this might be a little bit less daunting to me is that growing up, my father made sure that I knew how to do certain things with my vehicle. So he made sure I knew how to change the oil. He made sure I knew how to change a tire. He had me change the brakes with him one time. And he included me in a lot of mechanical kinds of repairs and stuff around the ranches and the farms that we grew up on whenever he had the opportunity. And what does this have to do with my confidence? Well, first of all, I had some opportunity to build a small amount of competence in using tools. So I don't feel like when I see a wrench or a screwdriver or anything like that, I don't have a feeling of like, I don't know how to use this tool. I'm incompetent with it. I'm going to fumble around. I still fumble around quite a bit, but I don't have that initial concern going in. So that kind of removes a roadblock and a barrier for me. Okay. So if you go to do something like this and you haven't had those experiences, those roadblocks that you feel about using these different tools and about, can I take this apart without breaking it? And if I do break it, would it be fixable? How much of a headache is it going to be for me? If I make some mistakes, am I going to be able to repair those mistakes and it's not going to cost me too much extra money or time? Some of that I have already overcome in doing these things in some small ways previously. I've changed my high beam bulb, which was way more involved and way more difficult than changing the tail light. I've done that before, so I have some experience with that. I think maybe I might have changed the tail light in an older car that I had when I was in my 20s or something, or maybe I was there when someone helped me do it, so I already had a little exposure. That experience also impacts how we experience the roadblocks to accomplishing something. So keep that in mind. If you have less experience than me about this stuff, the roadblocks are going to feel bigger to you. That doesn't mean that you can't overcome them. That doesn't mean that you can't do it, or that you shouldn't try it, or that your confidence won't be built by it. It just means that you may have to give yourself more time, that you may experience more of that friction between not knowing at all what I'm doing and getting it done, okay? But that friction is where we learn and where we grow. And there's actually some really fascinating neuroscience behind this idea. And I will link a podcast if that's something that you're interested in that you can listen to that will give you some more information about that science. So I want to encourage you. Maybe it's not changing a taillight. Maybe it's something else in your life. Maybe it's something that you don't know how to do, but you could do it. And maybe someone can help you do it, but give you the space to do it for yourself, to let you overcome some frustration, to let you get that satisfaction of being frustrated and still trying it and still being able to get it done. That's the best dopamine release that you can get. And I want to encourage you to pick something that's not too daunting or too difficult so that you don't blow yourself outside of your window of tolerance. Only work on it for 7 to 30 minutes at a time. And if you don't get something accomplished in that time, take a break. Give yourself lots of breaks so that you can go at it again, experience that friction, and keep trying anyway. So give yourself time. If you don't have a lot of experiences in your life of being able to overcome these challenges of these skills that you don't know how to do, be patient with yourself, but don't give up, okay? And don't be afraid to ask for help. Get help if you need it, ask for help, but you have to keep trying. You keep trying. That's what's going to grow your confidence. Now, do I need to be a master at changing out taillights? No. I don't have to grow that skill to the point of mastering it. I really don't. And that's not even the point of me doing it. The point of me doing it is because it's an opportunity for me to grow my confidence and to feel like I'm competent at doing things that I don't know how to do. And at least I'm competent at figuring out how to do it. So give yourself these opportunities. And I hope this video was useful to you. And if it was, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. Maybe share it with somebody who you think could use a message like this. And follow us for more. We're going to be doing a lot more content and about confidence, about emotions, and about lots of things this year that might benefit you. As always, take care of each other.